This episode is brought to you by COS Accounting and Tax, helping individuals, small businesses, and independent contractors get the best possible tax outcomes. For more information, visit us at cosaccounting.com.
Okay, so that's $614,400,000.
That's it?
Yeah, so that's what 100,000 becomes over 30 years.
By reinvesting it over and over and over again.
At 30%.
At 30%.
Which, guys, people go 30%, that's not possible. Well, that's because it's really hard to get 30% return on just say one,
On one investment.
on one part of an investment. But we're adding tax strategy to that, you guys.
Yep.
You can make 100% return on
With the tax savings.
Yes,
Yeah.
with the tax savings.
Yeah.
With everything else, it can be more than that.
So we're counting both the money that you can make off the rental in addition to the tax savings that you can get every year.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Hey, this is Mason War, and you're listening to the Compounding Interest Podcast. This is the show where we dive into the incredible net worth compounding strategies with an occasional sprinkle of some hobby investing. So whether you're driving, working out, or just need some background noise, we want to bring you some entertainment and teach you a few things along the way. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you're hearing. In this episode, we discuss one of the best ways for high-income earners to lower their taxable income by buying a vehicle, getting potential electric vehicle credits, and also making money by renting the vehicle out when you're not using it. Also, make sure to like and subscribe for a chance to win a brand new pair of Air Jordans. Check out the description for more information on that. Okay, well, welcome everybody. It's another episode we've got going today. Why don't we talk about these Jordan 35s?
Yeah.
And why you got these and what you like about them.
Yeah, so these are the 35s. The Bayou Boys is what they're called. Or at least Bayou. I think it's Bayou Boys. That's the name of a rap group out of some
Florida?
southern town.
Louisiana? Probably Louisiana.
Yeah, Born on the Bayou.
Born on the Bayou.
One of my favorite songs is Born on the Bayou by
CCR.
Yeah, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Love that group. John Fogerty, best
he's
singer
amazing.
of all time.
Probably.
No, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Grew up with. Did your dad listen to that? Your parents?
Oh yeah. And I have the greatest hits that I listen to regularly, and yeah. Mhm.
Dude, it just reminds me of being young.
Yeah.
Whenever that song comes on,
Yep.
I love it. But I just thought they're cool. They're gold. They're kind of gator. They have the gator print design.
Yep.
And they're kind of goldish, greenish.
Uh-huh.
But I like it.
Are you ever going to wear them?
No, these are ones I would probably hold for resale
What would you
value.
say the value of these is right now? You got them on StockX.
I paid top dollar for them, so $350
Okay.
was top dollar, or $450, $350 or $450.
Would any players wear these? Like,
I would imagine so. There's probably
because I know Tatum, Luka, a few other peoples wear the peoples. Mike Conley actually wears the 35s.
Who's the guy that has more pairs than anybody that played on the? He's good at shooting threes. Why can't I think of his name right now?
What team?
He's changed teams, but he played for the Warriors, I think. God. I know you know who it is. He has like 10,000 pairs of Jordans. And
I'm blanking.
And not just Jordans, all different
I'm trying to think
shoes.
who's moved around from what era.
Right now, he plays still.
And it's not Iguodala?
No, it's like that. It's like him.
And it's not Draymond. He hasn't played anywhere
Dude,
else.
I'm trying to look it up, but I need to think of who it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's a 3-point shooter. He played for the Rockets with Harden.
Danny Green?
Nope, just like that, dude.
Really?
Yeah, you're so close. And Here, let me look it up.
Did Danny Green play for the Rockets?
Let's look up
I wanna say he did.
2019 Rockets. 2019.
So he played with Chris Paul.
It's just, I'm drawing a blank. It's the most obvious guy.
Cut.
No, this is, people love to see this.
Yeah, they want to know who we're talking about now.
Yeah, no, Eric, okay, is it Eric Gordon? No, why? Okay.
Okay, hold on. NBA player.
What in the world?
What is NBA player?
Oh, PJ Tucker.
Oh, PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
He actually was on the Bucks. They just won the finals.
And he was on the Rockets
last
before
year.
that. Yeah, I
PJ Tucker.
Blank. Yeah, PJ Tucker. Okay, so PJ Tucker, he's the type of guy that would wear a pair of shoes like this, because he's just got every
so
cool
many
pair
pairs.
of shoes.
I think last I saw him in the finals, he was wearing Kobe's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's addicted to like new shoes like
Yeah.
we are. We've got a few of the 35s.
Yep.
This is my favorite pair of those.
Yeah, me too. I like those a lot. I sold my my Lucas, so otherwise we could show those too.
Yeah, the Lucas were cool.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I know Mike Conley. I've seen him wearing these. Oh, by the way, this is not drip for your shoes.
It is.
No, it is not. If you get shoes off StockX, take this off, and if you're gonna wear them,
Wear it. Keep it on.
no, don't. It's not drip. It's like when you have all the
Dude.
things on your hat.
You mean stickers?
Yeah, all the stickers and stuff.
Yes.
No, you do not do that.
Okay, so to each their own on that. Definitely the sticker on the hat is well known.
That is
like,
what we call a
normal
faux
people
pas
wear that.
in fashion. It's a misstep.
Okay, Mason.
Do you like what I did there? Because a step shoes.
Good
Yeah,
call.
thank
I
you.
like it.
Yeah,
Yep.
cool.
All right.
Hey.
So.
All right.
Okay.
So today we are going to actually go over something that is both a tax strategy and an investment.
Yes.
Because of the cash flow that it can bring in, as well as the tax deduction that you can get for doing this specific strategy. Disclaimer, again, not financial advice. If you'd like some financial coaching or tax coaching with Zach, we'll put the link in the description so you guys can schedule a meeting with him. It does obviously cost money, but it's something that is extremely valuable. There are people who are once a week
Yeah.
coaching with you.
Some people meet once a week. Some it's every other week or once a month. But on average, it's once every 2 months.
Yep.
I think is reasonable.
Yeah, 6 times a year.
Yeah.
And essentially what they're doing is they're going to Zach, and Zach gives them basically some homework every single time you guys meet. Okay, here's the first few steps that you need to take, and then you need to do this. And it's all about creating relationships with the banks, building up your credit, getting to a point where now you have the leverage with the banks to be able to do things that you probably wouldn't have been able to do had you not built those relationships, built up your credit, done things to get yourself. Again, investing in many cases is about using other people's money
Yes.
to be able to grow your net worth, to compound that net worth, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So that's the whole reason for my coaching program, is that we want to get to where each person's able to use as much of other people's money as possible.
Yep.
I don't, if I'm trying to make money off just my money, it's going to take me a while to get to where I want to be,
Yep.
right? Especially if you want to be 100 millionaire or a billionaire, or if you have big goals like that, like we do.
Yeah.
You have to use all sorts of strategies to get there. And you're just not going to get there trying to, make an 80 grand a year and then trying to invest 20,000 of that safely. No, you've got to be doing things that are considered higher risk, which is definitely where I'm at. It's higher risk, but when you're making 2, 3, 4, 5, 600,000 or $1 million plus, it is way less risky to do something, where you're risking 200,000 than it is, for somebody that just barely made that amount of money. Like if you make $1 million a year, you can lose 200,000 and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not the goal. The goal is to have as many positive outcomes as possible. And that's what we do. When you've got the tax strategies on your side,
Yep.
you can have an investment go quite wrong, and you're still in the positive because of the tax,
Totally.
the tax savings on it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of you've seen
Yep.
how, what I like to do. And
Sometimes I just sit in there and I'm just listening as Zach is explaining different things to some of the clients that we have. So, and that's really enlightening because I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. And sometimes it's just like a little idea that sparks maybe some new business or investment strategy that you could do. So
yeah. Yep.
yeah. Okay, so the one we're talking about specifically today, we're going to talk about cars,
Yeah.
depreciation, as well as the
Ability to make money off that car.
ability to make money, but then also Section 179.
Yeah. Or bonus
or the
depreciation.
bonus depreciation.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's say you're coaching me, right? I'm coming to you and saying, okay, I need a new investment strategy. I've got 200,000 that I want to, or 100 or 150,000 or whatever number we come to,
Yeah.
right? After I've done crypto, I'm doing a retirement plan. I'm doing, I've bought a house or two. I have some rental properties. I'm doing some of these other things that you've coached me to do. There's another one you've been talking about recently quite a bit that a lot of guys like.
Well, so first what I would do is I would talk through each thing. I'd say, okay, what's your revenue? We'd say, let's say it's 400,000.
Okay.
Okay, and then how many miles did you drive? How much do you spend on uniform, equipment, and go through each thing.
Yep.
And then let's say we get you to 300,000. So you're still, at a
You're
big
saying
number.
get me to 300,000. Define what
From
that means.
400,000 down to 300,000
in
after
tax,
expenses.
Yeah, expenses that I can write off.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So we wrote off 100,000 expenses. Now you're at 300,000, and from that 300,000, I'm going to say, okay, it looks like you owe $108,000.
Okay.
These are the things that you need to be doing to lower that. Number one, you want to make sure that you max out your solo 401k.
Yep.
And your IRA.
So I do that.
Yep, for you and your spouse.
Okay. So I had 300,000. I max it out.
Yep.
Now, essentially, what number?
The
am I
max out at that, if for you would have been, you're married, so you could do 19,500 for your spouse.
Yep.
And then about 30,000 into your solo 401k for you.
Okay.
Plus 6,000 apiece.
Yep.
So now you've done over 50,000 into that. Now your income level is at
250.
AGI of 250.
Okay.
Taxable,
Adjusted gross income.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
AGI.
taxable income's probably 200,000.
Okay.
So you've already lowered your taxes considerably by doing those things. Probably, $20,000 by maxing out the 50,000 in 401k and IRA.
Okay.
So really good savings. That means your money is going to, you literally compounded your net worth right there.
Yep.
You are now $20,000 wealthier because you owe.
And I created an immediate asset in putting money into a retirement account.
That's going to make money. Yeah.
Yep.
So your assets stayed the same, right? Because you just traded cash for stocks,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm. Essentially, yeah.
Now your taxes went down. So that means you've got lower liabilities,
Yep.
the same amount of assets. So your net worth just increased.
Totally.
That's the whole idea behind compounding net worth.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that as many times as possible. So now that we're at that point, I'm going to say, look, right now you owe, let's say right now you owe $60,000.
Okay.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if I were you, I would try and get that as low as possible.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of different things that we could do, but right now my favorite thing is to buy a Turo vehicle.
Okay.
Or just buy yourself a vehicle. So I'd say, do you need a new vehicle?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've had my truck for 5 years. I'm ready for a new vehicle.
Awesome.
Yep.
So then I would recommend that you buy with your income range, as expensive as possible, Audi e-tron. So
Okay.
$100,000 Audi e-tron that you could write off.
Yeah.
So deduct off.
Yep.
So now instead of being at 200,000 in taxable income, you're at 100,000.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So you're going to save 100,000 times your tax rate, which is huge. That means around $40,000 in tax savings.
Yep.
Plus, it's an electric vehicle, and Audi has not ran out of their EV credit.
Yeah.
So you'll get $7,500 credit off your taxes as well.
So I just dropped my taxable income down from $200,000 to $100,000, and I get $7,500. So now I'm taxed on $100,000 less, and now I get a tax credit for $7,500 when I file my taxes.
Yes, which is like adding another $40,000 expense.
Cool. Yep. So it's like I spent $140,000 and I basically got $40,000 for free.
Exactly.
In that purchase because of the tax credit, because of the $7,500.
Yep. So now you just lowered your taxes by about $50,000 by buying this $100,000 vehicle. So even if you're just buying it for yourself because you need a vehicle, you're gonna make money off that. I mean, if you drive it 10,000 miles or less, and then 4 years, 5 years later you sell it, you're most likely selling it for a little more than $50,000.
Totally.
So you're going to make money and have this amazing vehicle. But on top of that, imagine if you could make money on that vehicle as well.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Because then I get the tax credit, I get the depreciation from, or I guess the tax, I get the credit, I get the deduction or the expense from it. And I get,
Now you're going to make money.
So now I can make money on it.
And it's going to improve your ability to get loans with the banks.
Okay.
So people don't realize, but if I want to make sure you can get as many loans as possible, right? We want to try and do one loan first year if you're coaching with me, then 2 the second year, and then 5. So that's the goal. And people don't realize that when you write a vehicle off, that doesn't hurt your ability to get a loan. When you write off a cell phone bill or a cell phone, that hurts your ability to get loans because it lowers your income. But when you buy a vehicle, it lowers your income for tax purposes, but the banks add back any depreciation when you go to get your loan. So you actually end up, getting lower taxes, but the same ability to get a loan. Other than, yes, it does add to your debt.
Right.
But that's where this Turo thing comes in.
Okay.
So if you say you need the vehicle for yourself, you're going to keep it, you're going to drive it, but you're also going to put it on Turo every now and again, as much as possible, so you can make back enough money to pay for that.
So I don't even have to be the one to drive it, right? I could use it just as a business expense on this Turo. So let's talk. So what the heck is Turo? I'm new to this. What is Turo?
Turo is just a car rental app. So it's like, it's like any other. What's the app where?
Airbnb?
No, the one where you with vehicles pick you up.
Oh, like Uber or
it's like
Lyft.
Uber, but your own your own vehicle that you just put on there for rent. So someone can get on Turo, flip through all these super nice cars. They're normally not. They're normally nicer cars. So you find your G-Wagon, you click on it. Oh, I can rent that for $900 a day. Okay, so they click on it, and then they can pick where to have it dropped off. So you can have it dropped off at the airport.
Yeah, so I'm flying into Vegas, right? And I'm bringing some maybe some business clients, and I want to show off a little bit.
Yeah.
So I fly into Vegas, and I'm saying I want a G-Wagon, right? So I go on Turo, and I say, okay, I want the G-Wagon. I want to pick it up at the airport.
Yep.
And then I'll get instructions on where to go and where to pick it up and how to take care of it.
Yep, and the person that owns it or that's managing the Turo will make sure it's there.
Yep.
And it's just like a car rental, but it's
So I've got it for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I drop it off on Sunday where we determine I drop it off maybe at the airport, and then the management company or the owner comes and picks it up, takes it, and I pay for $900 a day, so $2,700 plus I guess service fees and whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's a business expense, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep,
that's
for me as the
expense.
consumer.
For you as well. But yeah, so the biggest key is that now you are making money off that amazing deduction that you got. So you're able to lower your taxes a ton, but then you're also going to make money, and by making money, you're improving your ability to get loans because it's going to add to your business income.
Okay, so let's say it is you might need to do a calculation, but let's say it is a $100,000 Audi that I get, and I'm going to rent it out. Let's say it's $450 a day that I'm renting it out for. What is my payment going to be essentially on that Audi?
$100,000
every month.
Audi?
Yeah, $100,000 Audi. Let's say I get a 4% interest rate.
500 times.
So it'd be like what, 60 months, 72 months? What would it be?
It'd be about $1,600
So almost one weekend could pay for the entire payment.
Yeah.
One weekend of renting it out. And then everything on top of that is just profit for that month.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I could pay it down faster if I wanted to. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely not something you'd want to do. You
Right.
want to make minimum payments on it
Okay.
every single time. But yeah, if you're like a freak about debt,
Yep.
then you could do that. But the whole key is to improve your ability to get more and more properties.
Totally.
And compound your net worth. So you want to make minimum payments on anything under, 8% interest.
Yeah.
And then, because look, when you do this strategy, you're making 40% instantly.
Yeah.
Just on the tax savings.
Just
So
tax savings.
why would you pay down a 4% loan?
Yeah.
Like that makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
Yet you've got Dave Ramsey and all these other guys saying like that's the only way to go.
Yeah, but they're thinking from a personal finance side, not a business side. Right.
Well, no, I mean same thing in this situation.
Yeah.
This is people's personal finance when they
Yep.
own their own business, and he's telling everybody that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But my point to people is that no, that's for your average person that's making $60,000 or less per year.
Yep.
They need to follow that Dave Ramsey rule of advice. In my opinion, they do. But if you are making 400,000 or 150,000 plus,
Yeah.
you don't need to follow that strict level of paying down debt.
Yeah.
You
Because
need
at that
to
point,
put
you're trying to grow your net worth.
Yes.
Yes.
So put your money into something that's going to make you 40% instantly.
Yeah.
And then it's also going to make you money. I mean, it's an absolute no-brainer to do something like the Turo vehicle.
Yeah.
And the solo 401k.
Sure.
Not doing so is way riskier than doing it.
I agree.
Because you're losing out on a lot of compounding interest in net worth.
Okay, so let's say we talk about it and I'm like, yeah, this is actually a really good strategy. I want to go and I want to do this, but I don't want to spend $100,000 right now. And tell me how the credit works or the tax deduction works. Can it work if I still take out a loan? Because then I'm using somebody else's money to buy the vehicle.
Yes. You want to take out a loan. So if you're going to do this strategy, which not doing it just costs you a ton of money.
Yep.
What you're going to do on the last day of the year, you're going to go out, you're going to buy an Audi e-tron for, $70,000.
Mm-hmm.
That Audi
This is
e-tron,
December 31st. I go to the
Yeah.
Audi dealer. Maybe
Put it
I've already
on a
talked to
loan.
him and I said, okay, I'm going to buy this on December 31st.
Yes.
Yep.
So you're going to put that Audi e-tron on a loan for $70,000 to $100,000. And then that's going to get you all the insane savings, plus the $7,500 credit. Then you're going to take that vehicle and you're going to send it to a Turo management company
Yep.
in Vegas
Yep.
or in California
York City.
or New York.
Yep, wherever. Atlanta,
Yes.
Miami.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is going to allow you to get all those savings plus make money on the Turo vehicle.
Yep.
I mean, you can make considerable money, right? You can make $1,000 a month plus on per $100,000 in vehicle.
Yep.
So I mean, you can make more than that.
Yeah.
But so it's like a quadruple benefit in this situation.
Yeah.
And let's say you make $2 million. Okay, I'm gonna go over this real quick.
Okay.
Let's say you make $2 million, and you've got you're buying properties like we do.
Yep.
You use cost segregation with accelerated depreciation to get that down to $500,000. Now you've got $500,000 in income, right? In net income.
Sure.
That's gonna get taxed. So on $500,000, you're gonna pay $200,000 in taxes. You don't want to pay that.
Yeah.
So now you could go out and buy $450,000 worth of vehicles, say 3 G-Wagons.
I get 3 G-Wagons, or maybe I get a G-Wagon, an Audi, and I get a Porsche.
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe even go Lambo, whatever it is.
It doesn't matter.
I
would do 3 G-Wagons, send them to 3 different Turo management companies. But so now you've got that. Now your $500,000 in taxable income just became $50,000 in taxable income.
Yep.
So now if you've got 2 or 3 kids, you're getting a refund instead of paying $200,000 or $150,000 in taxes.
Now the cool thing on that is that I'm spending $0 out of pocket up front, unless I have some sort of down payment I have to put down.
Yeah, you have to put a little bit.
Let's say I put down
$10K a piece.
Yeah, $10K a piece for each vehicle, and so I had $500,000 in taxable income, and I spent
$450.
Yeah, $450. But I'm only buying 3 or 4 vehicles, so I'm spending $30,000 to $40,000. But I'm getting a tax deduction on $450,000 worth of vehicles in that year, and so now I go from making hundreds of thousands of dollars in income to now, and I would have had to pay. What would that have been?
Well, you started out at $2 million.
Yeah.
Then you cost seg down.
But we
to
found all sorts of tax deductions down to $500.
Yeah.
So I still would have owed how much on $500,000 in tax?
On $500,000, $150,000.
$150,000. But then I bought some vehicles that are expenses for my business.
Yeah.
And now instead of paying $150,000 in taxes, I'm getting a tax refund.
Yeah, because you got a few kids.
Because I've got a few kids.
So yeah, now
which I do.
Now you're at a, let's say, $3,000-$4,000 refund.
Yeah, but that seems too good to be true.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, that's why people complain that Donald Trump and Mitt Romney, pay so little taxes on $1 billion of income or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those strategies are available to every one of us.
Yeah.
It does,
but it's not fair.
Well, yeah, you need to be able to make, $100K or more to make this worthwhile.
Yeah.
But, guys, you got to be able to get to 100K. Once you get there, then you can take advantage of every one of the same things that these guys are taking advantage of.
Right.
And I'll help teach you how. And we can at that point we can compound your net worth so fast. Guys, do the rule of 72. I mean, if you are making money at a rate of, let's say, 30% a year, which, guys, that is not difficult to do when you've got tax strategy on your side.
Okay.
So if we go 72 divided by 30, we get 2.4. That means your money will double every 2.4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So now we go, okay, you've got 30 years until you have to retire. So we're going to go 30 divided by 2.4. You get 12.5. That means your money's going to double 12.5 times. So let's say we start off with doing $100,000 into these, tax saving strategies. So we're going to go 100,000. This is going to be quite.
All right, I'll count.
Okay.
12.5.
Okay. Times 2 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 times 2. Is that 12?
One more.
Okay. Times 2.
Times 0.5.
Times 1.5.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so that's $614,400,000.
That's it?
Yeah, so that's what 100,000 becomes over 30 years.
By reinvesting it over and over and over again.
At 30%.
At 30%.
Which, guys, people go, 30%, that's not possible. Well, that's because it's really hard to get 30% return on just, say, one, on
one investment.
On one part of an investment. But we're adding tax strategy to that, you guys.
Yep.
You can make 100% return on...
With the tax savings.
Yes, with the tax savings. With everything else, it can be more than that.
So we're counting both the money that you can make off the rental in addition to the tax savings that you can get every year.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So, yeah. I mean, imagine...
I mean, you would have a whole fleet of vehicles.
Yeah.
Hundreds of vehicles at that point. If you were doing that every year and you're like, okay, I have 500,000 again that we got it down to.
Yeah.
Then you say, okay, I'm getting 3 more vehicles. You send them out to all these different cities.
There's going to be a limit on how many vehicles you can get. I believe it's 5 million total, but imagine doing it on 5 million, the savings on $5 million worth of vehicles, Plus, you're going to be paying those off over time.
And you're going to get to the point where the time that you had to keep them for, the 5 years or whatever.
What I mean. You're paying them
then
off over time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you sell those, you buy some more, and so that can turn into a lot. But then you have to think about the cash flow that you're creating every single month by doing that. Now, the management companies, do you have any idea of about what management companies are charging per? Because I'm not sure.
No, I think you can find 20%. So, it just depends on where it's at.
You can call around.
But so you can find a friend that'll do it for a certain price.
Yeah.
You can find the management companies.
Yep.
I'm sure in New York it's going to be more than in
probably.
Yeah, here
in Denver
or
or wherever.
Yeah. So, but I googled property management company or not property management, but Turo management companies.
Yeah.
And you'll find all sorts of different stuff. So it's not hard to find. Or you can find a friend. You can find a friend that'll do it for you. Give them a percentage of it. So.
And what's cool, it's kind of like Airbnb, where you can determine what dates you want to be able to rent your car out for, just like your vacation home or whatever it is. So let's say we have a lot of clients who travel during the summers, and they're all over the country, but they don't want to take their nice vehicle out. They could give their car to a management company to rent out the entire summer that they're gone, and then come back after the summer, get their vehicle. But they've now made money on their vehicle while also getting the tax savings on it.
Yes,
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. I mean, if you don't understand the benefit behind this, I recommend listening to this a couple times through till it clicks.
Yep. Because
it really is the coolest tax strategy that I've been able to find. And I've done a ton of really cool tax strategies. This one can really help to compound your net worth at a much faster rate.
Yep.
So I recommend looking into it. It's probably not going to be as profitable for that long because people are going to start catching on to this, and it'll become saturated on how many people do this. So now's the time to do it before it does become more popular than your regular rental car company.
Love it. And the other thing is, like, then you travel to those cities. You go to LA, you go to Vegas or New York City, and you have your own vehicle just sitting there that you could black out those dates, and then you're using your own car that somebody else is cleaning and repairing and making sure is good to go. And covered probably, and in a nice place, and now you get to drive around in this,
show up and use it,
this exotic car in this fancy city.
Yep,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So what's going to be our first car that we get and do this for?
Well, the first car we do together, I'd say we do a big car.
Yeah.
Because we want to ride off the entire thing. So something like another G-Wagon.
You bring up a good point, though. Let's talk about the weight of the vehicle and why that's important in some of these tax savings.
So to be able to write the whole thing off, guys, it's got to weigh over 6,000 pounds.
Yep.
So that's why the Audi e-tron is the way to go, because it's going to weigh over 6,000 pounds, but then you're also going to get that $7,500 EV credit.
Yep.
So you don't do it with small cars.
Are you aware of any other cars that currently in 2021 still get the credit, the tax credit?
No, the Tesla doesn't because they're out of credits.
Yeah.
And then everything else is coming soon.
Yeah.
I believe there might be a Porsche that you can get to way over 6,000, but
like one of their SUVs.
Yeah, but actually I think it is really hard to get it over 6,000 pounds.
So right now the only one you're aware of is the e-tron Audi.
Yeah, where you get the EV credits.
Yeah, okay.
As well, and it's amazing looking. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but does it weigh over 6,000?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay. G-Wagon also.
Yep. So
a Range Rover or Land Rover.
Yeah, you don't get the EV credit with those, but if you say need a $150,000 vehicle, then there's the G-Wagon is a great way to go.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Right.
And then, you've got the top-of-the-line Range Rover, weighs over 6,000 pounds.
The LR4.
Yep. Pretty much any of the bigger trucks weigh over 6,000 pounds. But just ask, you can literally Google, how much does this weigh?
Yeah. I mean, the Tesla, I know they're out of the credit.
Yeah.
But
the Model X, though.
The Model X is over 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you won't get
and the
that
truck
credit.
will be, too.
So yeah, there's no real reason to go with the Model X when you could do the e-tron and get an extra $7,500.
Now, Ford, for example, is coming out with the Ford Lightning,
Yep.
as well as they have the Ford Mustang that's an E-Mach.
Yeah.
Do you know if those have the EV credit?
I imagine those will still just, you need to ask the dealer.
Yeah.
But
Okay, cool.
yeah, I believe they've still got it. I thought that Tesla's the only one that's out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they deal in, so it's
Yeah.
only electric vehicles. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, guys, so that is a small part of the tax coaching program that I do. Go into much more detail. There's literally all these little steps that need to be hit to get to that point where you're doing things like the Turo vehicle, because we want to make sure we're painting that picture for the bank so
Yeah.
that we're able to do as many properties as possible. The properties are 10 times more important than anything else. So yeah, make sure that you set up a tax coaching meeting. Use the link below.
Yep.
And we'll go over your situation exactly, and I'll tell you where you're at and what you need to be doing.
And it's really cool because it's all customized to you. I mean, you and I talk about tax strategy constantly,
Yeah.
but some people are coming in with zero tax background.
Yes.
And so you're sitting there saying, okay, here's what you need to do. It's basically a step-by-step guide
Yep.
of becoming similar to the way Trump and some of these other guys
Exactly.
are, where they're having, I mean, and I talk about this all the time, but the wealthy, they either have someone who advises them on tax strategy or they understand it themselves. And that's how you get from the middle class to the upper class, is you find these things that exist that are legal tax deductions that get you to another level of income or another level of savings. And I mean, just as an idea, one thing we talk about quite a bit is real estate, and maybe we can go into that on our next one of some real estate strategies that help your net worth compound. But imagine you had 10 properties right now that are completely paid off using some of the strategies that we have, and you retire. This is only 10 properties, but I would say the average rental for a 3-bed, 2-bath home in the United States is probably $1,500 to $2,000 a month, right? It's probably gone up since COVID, right? But let's say it's $2,000 a month, and you have 10 properties that are completely paid off. You're making $20,000 a month in passive income. Somebody else is paying you to be able to live there. So $20,000 a month that you could live off for the rest of your life.
That's not even hard. Like, that's nothing. We could get there. Yeah,
exactly.
We get people there, no problem. If you do this coaching program.
I'm just saying anybody at any level can get to the point where they can utilize these tax strategies. Whether you're making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year, we teach you how to get to the point of using leverage to be able to get you to another level of tax savings as well as just overall income.
Yeah.
So that's the true definition of compounding your net worth.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, with the tax side of things, guys, it's like adding a whole nother career to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like 2 extra careers, 3 extra
It's amazing.
careers. Yeah. So don't sell yourself short by just trying to focus on your career.
Yep.
Focus on compounding your net worth with a tax coach.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's perfect.
Anything else you want to go over?
That's it, man.
Yeah. Let's get a pair of scissors and cut this tag off.
Don't cut it off. That means that it actually is legit. So I can resell it.
They sell those tags on eBay. Somebody could have duped you.
They do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I've seen those and other similar tags that they sell on.
Really?
Like resellers will sell stuff like that, on the black market.
Wow.
So,
That's not cool.
again, not drip. Do not keep that on. Do not wear your shoe with a StockX tag. That's
dope.
No, it's not.
Yeah. No,
All right.
definitely wear it with that on.
Okay.
He's kind of like a little bit nerdy, so yeah.
Okay, just a reminder, we do have the shoe raffle. Do you want to pull these real quick? Just a reminder. So subscribe, comment, like this video, and be entered into winning a free pair of Jordans. Again, these are the Jordan 1s high rust.
Yep.
So, never been worn, never been tried on, brand spanking new.
Laces aren't even in there yet.
Okay, and until the next time, Go and compound your interests.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
You just listened to another episode of the Compounding Interests podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to hear more about ways to grow your net worth. Also, as a bonus from this episode, check out the description to make sure you get your entries in and get a chance at those Air Jordans. Thanks.